Hello and welcome to another How to Crucible. And today we're looking at Battle Scar. So this weapon is from Season 3 now. So now I have Season 1, 2, and 3 weapons in the old deal here. So this week, these two that I'm going to do this week are going to be the Battle Scar, and then it's going to be another weapon from Season 3, just to, show the spirit, show the love for the new DLC and the new season. So let's get right into Battle Scar, shall we? As you can see, it is a pulse rifle. It's a pulse rifle of the sorts. It's one of those fast shooting pulse rifles that you get, so something that of the lines of maybe kind of like a Vigilance Wing, except a lot less damage. So let's go ahead and take a look at the perks really quick. So it is a lightweight weapon, so you do move quite quickly with the weapon. So if you are a fast player, if you do enjoy pushing and doing all that sorts of things, you are probably going to like this weapon to the extent that it offers of the speed and the agility. The sights are, they're kind of cool. The first sight, I used the first sight the entire time mainly because it looks nice. It was a nice wide open bucket basically, so it was able to see basically everything around me, so it was a lot easier to target my players if they were jumping around like crazy rabbits or something. Moving on to the next pillar here, column, we have extended mag and then we have flared magwell. I did use flared magwell only because flared magwell actually increases reload speed and it gives me a little bit of a stability boost. Also, extended mag just really doesn't offer anything because I'm pretty sure every single other perk outbeats extended mag. I'm pretty sure extended mag offers you 3 more bullets. So yeah, have fun with the 3 extra bullets you got and the crappy reload speed that comes with it. Then moving on to the last perk of the weapon, we have full auto trigger. So with this, obviously, full auto means you can just hold the trigger and it just fires full auto. So this is kind of nice. It gives your little finger a break if you don't want to just, smash it from using your Mida too much. You can go ahead and hop on this weapon and just easily hold down the weapon and bop, bop, bop. Shoots out bursts like a machine. Now let's take a look at the stats, shall we? So you saw the stats right away when I was showing them off earlier. So the impact is not a whole lot. Does not do a whole lot. Well, that kind of comes with it because if you go down to the rounds per minute, it's 450 rounds per minute, so it is a very fast shooting pulse rifle, one of the fastest, I think. Moving down to range is quite low actually. It's considering how kind of okay I did with it at a longer range in this. So it doesn't have a whole lot of range, but with my experience with the weapon, the range was quite good. Stability is also quite good, handling as well. So this weapon is probably one of those weapons that you're gonna want to use maybe in some crazy situations and stuff like that. I don't know. Just stuff to do because you can aim it. You can aim it quite well. Then we move on to reload speed. Again, like I said, without flared magwell, you are kind of toast with the reload. The reload's actually not so great with that, but when you put flared magwell on, it does increase the reload speed by a crap load. It basically doubles the reload speed that it had before. So I would probably use flared magwell if you're going to go ahead and go with the Battle Scar. Just saying. Then we have the 450 rounds per minute. You got 30 rounds in the magazine. So it does look statistically like a good weapon, kind of, using it. So let's go ahead and while using this weapon, I had some ups and then I had some downs. So there were a couple games where I did quite well actually, and I had a really good time, especially the one you're watching. I had a very good time in that game. I had 27 kills at the end of it, some 6 snipes as well. But then there were games where I really didn't do too hot, and most of those games I could pinpoint mainly to the other people using different guns, and mainly them using the Mida tool or the Gravitron Lance, and just exotics and other things that I know can actually outbeat me and I know that are the best weapons in the Crucible. So there were some games where I got ganked on a little bit because of that fact, but what can you do, right? But let's go ahead and talk about range using it while in the Crucible. So with range of the long extent, I was actually doing quite well with long range. The only thing that could actually destroy me from that range was the scout rifle or Vigilance Wing or any of the exotic weapons, like Uriel's Gift would work too, and just murdering my life. Any other gun that actually puts out a lot of damage and is actually proven by my How to Crucible to be good, they annihilated me easily, with ease. I was toasted. But when I was going up against other weapons that had, or maybe I was going up against other players that weren't gods or something, I was doing quite well at that long range distance. Moving on to short range, Short range, I did also have a great time with, kind of. It depended. It depended if the other guy had an auto rifle or a submachine gun or a sidearm. It just really kind of went down to if I hit my shots correctly, because the gun does shoot very fast. The gun shoots very accurately. It's just all in the control of the thumbs or the mouse. All in the control of the player to hit their shots. If you hit your shots, you actually probably will do quite well, but there are, certain weapons that will destroy you quicker than you can actually hit all your shots to kill the people. So short range was good, but I really didn't quite enjoy it. I enjoyed the medium to long range more because it was easier to keep my dot on the player from that far away, and they were having a little bit maybe a rougher time hitting me because they don't have quite the accurate gun or something like that. So let's go ahead and rate this bad boy. So for Battle Scar perks, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 6. I'm giving it a 6 because literally it only has flared magwell. I could probably do without the auto trigger, so it really doesn't help me in general, because I actually often found myself using my finger instead of the auto trigger, which was stupid, but I did it. So I honestly really didn't think the perks were that great. I mean, they're there, so I'm giving them a 6, but they're just really not that exciting or helpful, really. They're just there. I mean, flared magwell is helpful because it gives you reload speed, but I never really have a lot of situations where it came down to me reloading the weapon to save my life or something. I mean, that probably has happened a lot, and I'm not thinking about it, but, right now, I just don't see it as a crazy perk. Moving on to long range. Long range, I do want to give it an 8, actually. I did quite well at long range. I was having a blast shooting people from very far away. Not very far, but far away. Across the map, at least. Doing some good long range fights there. So I really did enjoy doing that, so I'm going to give it an 8. Short range, 6.5. Giving it a 6.5 mainly because I was getting toasted by auto rifles, sidearms, submachine guns, whatever. They were using that, and I was getting toasted that way. And they were hitting their shots a lot more up close, and I was a little maybe sporadic when I was doing that because I was kind of maybe searching for a long-range target to fight or something of the sort. So I was getting toasted up close, so I really don't want to give it a whole lot, but when I did toast other people up close, I was having a great time. So I'm going to give it a 6.5. Effectiveness. We're moving on to effectiveness now. So for effectiveness, if you've watched the series, you know that we have an equation for this. So for the equation, we have kills and assists, divided by total engagements times 100 equals that number. So for this, we have to calculate kills and deaths. So for kills, I calculated, or kills and assists, I need to keep saying kills and assists because I do count assists. So kills and assists, I have to add all those up, and the game gives me that. So I get all those numbers, and I got 245 kills and assists. And then for deaths, I kind of have to go through a jury-rigging system to get those, and so I have to find effectiveness, or whatever it is, efficiency on the game. So it gives you your kills and your efficiency is your kill-death ratio. So for your kill-death ratio, I just have to do all the finagling there, and I get deaths, which is 141. A KD of a 1.74, did alright, but you add those up and that gets our total engagement, so our T on the bottom of the equation, which is 386. So we take our kills, 245, divide that by 386, which is the total, and that number comes out to be a 6.3. Moving on to overall rating, you know that for overall rating, we just add all these numbers up that we just found, all 4 of them, and then we divide by 4, and that gets our number, and that number is going to be 6.7. So adding all these numbers up, Battle Scar is taking a number of a 33.5. Not a bad score for the pulse rifle. Obviously, it's not one of the best. Alright, now for the ranking process. So, if you don't know about the ranking process, let me tell you. Now, with our score of a 33.5, I take that score, and then I rank it against other weapons I've done in the series. First, we're going to take this number against its weapon class, which is pulse rifles. So we're going to take it against pulse rifles, and then we're going to take it against every single weapon that I've done. So hand cannons, auto rifles, pulse rifles, scouts, everything. For the first rating for our pulse rifles, this weapon comes in 5th. It comes down the line, but obviously it is behind a few different weapons, which is item A being Vigilance Wing and item B being Gravitron Lance. It is behind those two, so it does have a bit of competition. But with a 33.5, it's able to boast itself into the 5th position. Then, for all of Destiny 2 that I've done weapons, this is the 52nd weapon. Out of 52 weapons, this weapon scores the 24th spot. Just under the halfway mark, basically, for all of the weapons. With a 33.5, it does go in there. So now, I'm adding something new to this series, or edit series, review series. Should you use the weapon? Should you have a good time in the Crucible with a weapon? For this weapon, I say yes. I say yes, you should try out this weapon. I think it might be beneficial to you if you try it out. You might do good, you might do bad. I don't know. It's just something that you could try out, test it out, test the water, see how it's like. I don't even know how I got this weapon, so it just popped into my inventory. Seriously, I don't know. I think everyone gets this. Maybe everyone doesn't get this. I don't know. But that is going to do it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.